Nation, Dixie Jean here. Victorious tonight. Corey Grant took some time off. Come back tonight. Victorious. Walk us through how that felt coming back after a few years.
Well, like I said before, it's a pretty overwhelming experience. Just competing, and you're competing in a cage and trying to hurt somebody, and someone's trying to hurt you. So overwhelming, extremely exciting. I love competing. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I've been wrestling since I was 8. So it's like riding a bike. You just get out there and you start pedaling. I got great coaches in my corner, and they're guiding me through the process. So I'm getting a lot better at tuning those guys in and listening to those directions, and they tell me what to do. It's why I win my fights. So gotta hand it to those guys. It's not just me. It's my team. They're awesome.
Well, they were getting you ready for Ruben War, but when going into it, how did it start out? Did it go to plan in the beginning?
No, not necessarily. I started a little bit slower than I think I expected to. My coaches wanted me to take my time, stick and move and be quick, and I didn't have any push off my right foot, and I couldn't figure out what's going on. And I dislocated my big toe, and I didn't recognize it until I had him up against the cage, and I'm looking, and my toe was sideways. So I'm like, okay, that explains things a little bit. But then I recognized that, and my coach said, hey, just stand there and box, so I can turn and not have to worry about my toe as much and add power to my punches. And that set up my takedown and to my body triangle. And I knew once I locked that up, it was only a matter of time before I finished. Unfortunately, time ran out, but he did a good job. He fought it off pretty well, so got to hand it to him there.
So what from this fight are you going to apply to your future fights for 2015?
Well, longer training camp. I think I've been training for 5.5 weeks,
right.
And I was off for 4.5 years. That was a very long time. So, again, I started off slow, but I got to show people what I can do on my feet. Most of my fights don't last that long on the feet; they go to the ground a lot quicker. But I want to show what I can do on my feet. And again, that's 5.5 weeks. What can I do in months to come? So I think you're going to see big things from me this year.
All right.
It's going to be exciting.
They're getting you ready for these next coming fight. They got you ready for Ruben. But any shout-outs you can get to your training partners, coaches?
Well, all of them. You saw two of my training partners tonight, Ashley Yoder and Brandon Morris. They both won their fights tonight, one by submission and one by TKO. And these are the people I'm training with every day. I got Isaiah Alvarado in my corner. He's my hands coach. I got Ricardo Feliciano as my jiu-jitsu coach. Brian Harper's our head coach. These guys are in my corner helping us every single day. So, and geez, I got so many different training partners, but here's a big one. I own a gym. It's Team Quest in San Jacinto. I got some guys, Kirby McKenzie and Richie Ridardi. These guys are helping run my facility so I can train. So I would not be able to do this without these guys. And they're grinding out every single day, plus they're training to help me so I can be here. So I love you guys. Love Team Quest San Jacinto. So thank you guys. Oh, and Dan Henderson. I would not be here without that man. He's one of the most amazing people. I think he's probably going to be the best fighter in the world, in history. The guy owns titles everywhere, and he's still fighting.
Is that going to be you one day?
I would like to say I could be that good, but I think Dan's one of a kind. But, he's a great mentor and somebody that I try to emulate, so I hope that I can be as good as him and continue to fight at that age.
Well, words by Corey Grant. Maybe we can have that written down somewhere.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Dan. He's like your biggest fan. Let's just say that.
He knows that.
Yeah. All right. Corey Grant, going to be victorious tonight. Awesome things planned for this year, I hope.
Yeah, I'm going to continue with my training, and I'm just going to get better every day. I think this is just this is the tip of the iceberg. I've got so much still that I have to learn, and I think I'm just going to build my confidence in my stand-up, and it's coming to my wrestling and ground. I don't care who you are, if you're Olympian or not, you got your hands full with me. So, yeah, that's it.
Look out for Corey Grant, you guys. He's been out for a little while. Welcome back, and glad to have you to be on the USA
Thank
page.
you. Appreciate it.